super quick before this starts, I just wanted to quick say this video was supposed to go up Thursday. As you could tell if you look at my website, or in the video I might say like happy Thursday or that it was the 12th. But unfortunately Ryan has been super busy all week, so we weren't able to fit in filming for our normal Tuesday video, which is going to be 10 no-low designer brands, but that'll be coming up on Thursday. We're just going to film it on Wednesday. He's just been super busy, and also I wanted to say his trip to France was canceled because of the virus. So we are going to be in Minnesota for an entire week, and we're going to be going to the bins a lot, as long as they're open, I guess. So we'll have hauls coming up next week. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on Thursday's no-low designer brands, What's Sold Saturday, and then some awesome hauls. So enjoy the RealReal video. Hello everyone, and welcome to the Thursday video. I hope you guys are having a good day. As you can tell by the title and the thumbnail, this is going to be the February 2020 update for the RealReal for me. As usual, it's just me in these videos. Ryan certainly does not use the RealReal nearly as much as I do. I think he sends in about 1 box a month, but I use it as a huge part of my business. Like I said in last month's, if you guys are interested, I am now an affiliate with the RealReal, and to be under me as a referral, you need to have never sent in anything before, and then you email or DM me your first name, your last name, and your email address. I give them a list of all you guys, and they put you under me. You still sign up like usual, so you go on the app, you go on the website, you just sign up with Facebook, or you sign up with login information, and you send stuff in like usual. If you do not know, you can send in items that aren't necessarily on the RealReal's designer list. I have a tutorial on how you do that, and I will link that below. First link. So if you are signing up, please send me your information so I can have you as a referral. I still don't really know yet what that does for me, but apparently there's some kind of benefit. I haven't seen anything happen from it yet. We'll find out. But as usual, I'm gonna be telling you what the RealReal accepted from me in February of 2020 and what they sold for me in February of 2020. Let's jump right on into it. First off, for what they accepted is this North Face performance jacket. They listed this at $80, which is pretty dang good. Like I say, in all of my RealReal videos, I only get North Face at the bins unless it's like a down jacket, because it just doesn't do that well for me, and I always send it to the RealReal, and they do price it pretty well, and it is on their designer list. I sent in this closed blazer. I had never heard of this brand before. It's literally just called Closed. The label looked really expensive, and sure enough it was. So if you ever think a label looks expensive, definitely give it a Google. They did only price it at $80, but I think it retailed around like $500 or $600, so that's good. This Current Elliott biker jacket. This was on a no-low list, like the last one we did. Current Elliott just like doesn't do well for me on Posh for some reason, and so I sent all of mine into them. You'll see more coming up, and they priced it at $145, so that's pretty good. So I will still be picking up Current Elliott to send to the RealReal. Maybe not always the jeans, but definitely other things, like this Current Elliott crew neck sweater. They listed this at $95, and it actually already sold, so you'll see that in the second part of this video. I sent them this Gucci wool lightweight sweater. I had found this at a Savers when I found those 3 Burberry trench coats in those same exact Savers on that same day, so this kind of got overshadowed. But yeah, I did find a Gucci, so that's cool. And I sent it into them because obviously it's pretty boring. They priced it at $115, just a black sweater. I didn't expect it to be priced too high, and I'll be getting 40% once that sells. White and Worn cashmere v-neck sweater. This was on our Anthropologie brand list because sometimes White and Worn is Anthro. Definitely usually isn't, but it can be, so always look it up. But it's always taken by the RealReal. I don't think they've ever declined it from me, so I sent mine in, and they priced it at $75, I believe. You can see the prices, but sometimes on here I can only see the price that it ended up selling for after discounts, so that already sold as well. Current Elliott striped scoop neck top. Another Current Elliott that I sent in. They always take it, and they priced it at $50. It was new with tag, but that's fine. They accepted this Saks Fifth Avenue raffia flower hat. I'm so excited they took this because they definitely don't always take Saks Fifth, but they did this time, and I thought this was super cute. And I don't know if they're like a little less picky when things are cute or more trendy or in season. I can't confirm that. I can't deny that. I don't know, but they took it, and they priced it at like $95. These S Max Mara pony hair woven cuffs with tags. These, I've gotten 3 pair of these from the same consignment store for like $5 each, and they price them at $50 every time, and that's fine because turning $5 into whatever I'm gonna end up making, like 15, that works for me. This Fendi fleece crop jacket. This was actually some online arbitrage, and I found it as a really good deal online, purchased it and sent it in, and they priced it at $325. So that is pretty awesome. Givenchy embroidered crew neck t-shirt. This was actually from my own personal collezione, as we say on this channel, and I just like, I'd never worn it, and it was kind of basic for me. Can't tell I'm like all in on the logos and everything. They're supposed to be baby's breath flowers, and like it was really cute, but I just knew I wouldn't wear it too much, so I wanted the money instead, and they priced it at $335, so I'll be getting a good chunk for that when it sells. White and Worn printed crew neck sweater. I really tried to see if this was an Anthropologie piece. It was like this cashmere blue cardigan with beaded snowflakes all over it. It seemed perfect to be an Anthropologie one, but it wasn't. So I sent it in and they priced it at $65, which is kind of what I expected. And then I'm scrolling through and I see a bunch of other Saks Fifth that they didn't take. So again, there's a bunch that you can get lucky and they'll take them if it's not on the designer list, but you just gotta keep trying and trying, or just don't try because they don't take them very often. These Escada suede semi-pointed toe pumps. I was debating if I should sell these myself because they actually had little like shapes of hearts in gold on them. I don't know if you can see it in the picture. Escada does not do good on Posh, so I just sent them in and they were priced at $50. It was a bins find, so it'll be fine. North Face girls fleece logo hat. Yes, that's right. They took a girls fleece North Face hat and they priced it at $45, which I'm assuming is above retail on that. So yeah, and that probably cost me about like 4 pennies at the bins. Weekend Max Mara silk bateau or boat neckline t-shirt. This was priced at $50. It had a decently kind of big snag on the front, but it also had tags attached. So I think that's why they took it. Usually they wouldn't take something with a big snag. So it's probably because it had tags. I think I still had to set it in twice because they declined it the first time. I'll take $50. Manolo Blahnik woven slide sandals. They priced these at $195. These are definitely pretty boring. I would normally sell Manolo Blahnik myself, but these were too boring, so I didn't. David Meister square neckline long dress. This I got at a consignment store's final end of season sale for like $2 and sent it in, and they priced it at $95. I have sent that brand in before and they've taken it every time. Oscar de la Renta silk printed scarf. This was a bins find, so this literally, you know, this cost me like half of a penny, and they priced it at $85. They price Oscar de la Renta up, but you do not send in Oscar de la Renta or any of the diffusion lines. It has to just be Oscar de la Renta. Andrew Mark mid-rise skinny pants. Again, do not send in Mark New York or Mark New York by Andrew Mark. If it's just Andrew Mark, you can try sending it in. They price these at $95. And in that same box were these Andrew Mark mid-rise skinny pants, and these ones they priced at $135. The only difference is they're cropped. Is that just because like cropped is more in season for like warmer weather? I don't know. John Varvatos Star USA striped short sleeve polo. For some reason, every time I read John Varvatos, I want to say John Varvatos. I don't know. It must be the Debbie in me, my mother, because she says everything wrong, but I always am so tempted to say that. This they priced at $50, and it was a bins find, so I will take that. This was a new brand I had never heard of. It's called Cochineal. Yeah, leather wristlet pouch. I found it at a thrift store for like $3.99 and I had 20% off, and I just googled it because it seemed like kind of nice, like furla almost, and I saw RealReal had a few of it, so I bought it, took the risk, and they priced it at $95, and that's good with me. C by Chloe's striped mini dress. I had this listed for a while, but for some reason C by Chloe just like doesn't do that well. It's really expensive and it's always really cute, but it doesn't on Posh for me. I sent it in, they only priced it at $65, which is like not the best, but it had like no likes for me. IRO V-neck midi length dress. They priced this at $70. I had this listed myself as well, but IRO is kind of a hit or miss for me. Also, do any of you know, is it Eero or is it IRO? I heard someone recently call it Eero, but it's always in all caps, and so I just read it as IRO. I don't know what it is. Ted Baker striped polo shirt. This is another one that every once in a while they'll take it from you, not very often. So since I send boxes in so often, I will just like keep including it, and then after a while, sometimes it gets taken. But if you don't send in boxes like continuously, I would say don't really try Ted Baker. Probably not gonna take it. I mean, it's always worth a shot. And they only priced it at $50. Manolo Blahnik patent leather Diorce pump. They priced these at $120. Again, they were just a little too boring for me to sell on Posh. I do have some Manolos on Posh, but these ones were too dated. Manolo Blahnik leather ankle strap sandals, priced at $185. That's crazy good, in my opinion, for being listed at that price. And these, again, too dated. I didn't want to sell them myself. I know they were sandals, they would be in. I actually had both of those Manolos, these ones and those black ones I just showed you, listed for like a couple weeks, and they just had no action. And I knew anyways that I probably was going to end up sending them in, and so I did. And that is actually it for what they took from me in February of 2020. So let's move on to what sold for me on the RealReal in February of 2020. First off, White & Warren embellished A-line skirt. The person got 50% off of what it was listed at, and it sold for $25, and I got $10. I know that was a bins find. I would never have ever picked that up otherwise. MCM Vintage Viseros backpack. I'm not sure what that means or if I'm saying it right. This ended up selling for $220. They got 20% off the listing price, and I got $154, and I think I paid $50, so that's a good flip in my opinion. I also have some listed on Poshmark if you're interested in an MCM mini backpack. Saks Fifth Avenue woven brim hat. Maybe they just take the hats. Maybe we're realizing that they take the hats, because they had taken this Saks Fifth from me as well. This ended up selling for $45, and so I get 18, and I know that was from the bins. Salvatore Ferragamo leather lace-up Oxfords, another bins find, and these ended up selling for $108. They kind of price Ferragamo and Stuart Weitzman all over the board. Usually around like 50, 60, but like they can just randomly do them higher. This was a higher one, and so I got $43.20. North Face knit beanie hat. I think this was another girl's hat. This ended up selling for $52.50, and that's after 30% off. What? So again, if you have any North Face, even hats, accessories, send them in. I got $21 from that, and that was from the bins. That's what I'm looking for here. That's the kind of sales that I'm looking for more of. Next was this Bonnier turtleneck ski suit. This is that same one that I said I looked like a Ghostbuster in, and I put a picture of it last video. And this sold for $104 after 20% off, and I got $41.60. I think I paid maybe like $12. Oscar de la Renta knee-length plaid skirt. This was a bins find, and like I said, Oscar de la Renta has to be the main line of Oscar de la Renta for them to take it. But if you do have that, send it in because they mark it up. This sold for $96, and I get $38.40. Giorgio Armani Virgin Wool Blend Textured Blazer. This is one that I snatched from ThredUp Luxe and sent into the RealReal, and it ended up selling for $84 really fast, and I got $33.60. Fendi leather gloves. This was another online arbitrage situation. I got these for like literally $15, and they were new with tag. What's wrong with people? These sold for $136.50, and I got $68.25. Good flip. Lafayette 148 tweed flared sleeve jacket. This sold for $58 after 60% off and gave me $23.20. I know that there's been a lot of you who have been signing up and sending me your referral information. I've been like looking out and seeing on Instagram what you guys are sending them, and I've seen a lot of Lafayette 148, and I've been hearing a lot of good things, that they like always take it and they price it well, and a lot of people have been seeing it sell fast. So I'd also say if you have Lafayette 148, send it in. Francesco Biasia fringe accented flap shoulder bag. This ended up selling for $32.50, and I got $13. I think I paid like $4 at a thrift store. That Current Elliott crew neck sweater from part 1 of this video, or the beginning of this video, sold for $95. They must not have had a coupon or been able to use a coupon, and so I get $38. Patagonia scoop neck tank top. They also are taking Patagonia. I think Patagonia is more often on the list than North Face is. They both are on the list right now. This sold for $20, and I got $8, but I think it was at the bins. North Face wool blend knit beanie sold for $36. I got $14.40. Soon I'm just gonna be making all my money off of North Face winter hats. Robert Rodriguez crew neck sleeveless top. This was really cute, and it's been there forever. I had forgotten they even had it. It only sold for $20, and I get $8. I probably should have taken that back and sold it myself. Current Elliott mid-rise skinny jeans. These were like vibrant pink. I could have never sold these myself. They sold for $10 because they were from way back when I started with the RealReal, and I got $4. Lafayette 148 long sleeve knit sweater sold for $15, 80% off, and I got $6. Again, that was from way back. D&G rhinestone embellished scoop neck top. This is from the bins, which is a pretty cool find. It only sold for $25 and gave me 10, but they don't mark Dolce & Gabbana or DG up very much. North Face fleece zip up jacket sold for $52 and gave me $20.80 for a bins flip. That's wonderful. Worth scoop neck long sleeve sleeve top, be very careful with Worth. There's a lot of different brands called Worth. There's like W by Worth. There's like Worth the Weekends. There's like a bunch of weird things. It needs to say like Worth New York to be the expensive one. And so this ended up selling for 15 and gave me 6. So honestly, Worth is kind of just something you should avoid that brand probably. So last month they were taking St. John. It was back on their designer list. They do take it other times too, but it was actually on their designer list, so it was kind of like they guaranteed to take it. And I sent in this St. John printed casual blazer. It sold for $100 and gave me 40. That's pretty good. Moschino cheap and chic printed midi dress. This was a little too boring for me to sell myself, and it's over $32 and gave me $12.80. I may have lost money on that. I don't exactly remember what I paid. Vince wool blend button-up blazer sold for 46 bucks and gave me $18.40. Jean Paul Gaultier plain knee length skirt. This is the first time I'd found Jean Paul Gaultier, and I didn't pay too much, and like they said, it was plain, and so it only sold for 20 bucks and gave me 8. That white and worn cashmere v-neck sweater sold for $64 and gave me $25.60. Things can sell fast on the RealReal. Max Mara wool short coat. This I had just sent in like a month earlier, and it sold for $192.50 and gave me $134.75. Max Mara is another one they can kind of price all over the board. North Face wool blend mock neck sweater sold for $36. Gave me $14.40. Good, because it's from the bins. Pringle of Scotland. This is a new one to me, but it said like handmade by appointment only in England on the tag, and so I gave it a Google, and it can be really, really, really expensive. But this was like super old, and it still sold for 63 bucks and gave me $25.20. And then the Fendi fleece crop jacket did sell, but right now it is in a pending return. So it may end up being returned and then I don't get the money for it. But if the person doesn't send it within 14 days, I do get the money for it. So fingers crossed on that. It would have sold for probably $325 minus 20%. So I hope that that goes through. And that is it for February of 2020 for me, for the RealReal. I'm so excited that so many of you guys are giving the RealReal a try. I know it will be making you guys some good money. It's like no effort. You just send the stuff off. You just find some stuff at the bins. You just send it into the RealReal. You don't gotta do nothing else, and you just get money. Even if you feel like it's a little less than you'd make on like Posh or eBay, you didn't have to do anything. If you're interested in trying, I'd say do it. And you can click the link below to see my how-to video on how to use the RealReal and how to send in things not on the designer list. And if you are gonna try it for the first time, please email me or DM me your first and last name and email so you can be put under me as a referral, and then just sign up like usual and send some stuff in. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for some hauls coming up after What Sold Saturday. Next week we're gonna have some awesome hauls because we're gonna be thrifting like crazy for Ryan's spring break. We'll see you then. Bye.